There we go.
The ears.
That's the reaction I've been wanting all this time.
Well, normally isn't that loud.
That's the point. That's why I've been wanting that reaction.
Bounced off the wall and back into my ears. That wasn't comfortable.
What time did you go to sleep last night, dude?
2-something.
About 3 hours ago. All right.
I got in the bed, but I didn't fall asleep.
Here we are, live, nice and early again. Back to our closer to our normal time.
Oh, you didn't say that.
No, it was, when I looked, it was 10:46, so it didn't matter.
My watch is slow.
We are live at 10:46.
Did
you say sphincter?
I said because you haven't...
Like stuff all over you.
Synced.
Is that your breakfast?
No, I don't think so. You haven't synced your Fitbit with your app. If you do that, your time fixes.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
And that's how you change the faces, especially on this one.
I'll do that later.
I don't think you guys... Can you change the...
Yes.
That's how you change it.
I know. I changed it.
Well... Okay. I think we look alright.
Hey, did you get your grade for your last class?
No, because I can't do it. Because I can't review the two other...
Because nobody else has submitted?
No one else has submitted.
He submitted his thing so early, because it's not finished until March 2nd?
Yeah.
That...
Only one other person had submitted something, and then now I'm waiting to review other things.
Okay.
So I can do the last one.
Early is good. So, I'm very worried about our setup.
Why?
But I guess we're okay. I don't know. It doesn't look like we've gotten any closer.
The microphone has moved.
Yes, it is.
It's now over us.
I'm trying to get some... See, it didn't... What was happening was this was picking us up very well. And then that one was over here. And it was just basically picking me up very well. But it wasn't getting what I want to get. I want to get a further away sound. Yeah, it was just picking me up like it was sitting right here, like attached right there.
Like it used to when we podcast in China.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought about trying to get us back to the closer microphone thing. Attach the things to the table and get us like really close, but I don't think that's necessary.
Your microphone died, so mine's the only one left.
Yeah. Now it's just a single mini shotgun. Well, it's a condenser. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still working out this whole sound thing because right now we're not sending any sound to the camera.
Well, that's a good thing because I heard that sound. From
yeah, but it's that thing that that it was doing. It still does it. So that I think now leads me to believe it's the magic lantern.
Interesting.
Something about the magic lantern. This thing is coming in. The only other thing I can think of, because that sound to me is the pulsing of electricity. Mm. But I'm using the adapter made for the camera to get power to it while we're sitting here, so we're not on battery. Yeah. And so it shouldn't be giving that pulse into the audio, that kind of feedback thing that you end up hearing. So I don't know what it is. But these three, with that thing recording, it gives perfect sound. So that's just a scratch kind of thing. It's just for me to line up the audio in post and move on. I just mute it all the way and get it out of there. I never use that stuff. And hopefully one day we'll look good on the screen. I've been fighting with that too. Maybe if we wear masks.
I don't look bad, sir.
No? You think you look alright?
I'm okay. I'm average.
Really?
I don't need
a
mask.
On the
camera.
I'm asking about what you see on the YouTubes. How do you look to you there?
Pale.
Okay. Okay.
But then again,
I know. I think that is your look. I don't
that's
think.
captured very well.
But what about like the focus? To me, it looks soft. It looks very soft, and it bothers me
we
because
do
I
not
can't
have a
make
season
it.
1 filter.
I can't make it. Oh, what?
It's a Drag Race reference.
We don't. Okay, we're not talking about Drag Race, are we? Come on.
I just said we don't have a season.
I know,
filter.
but what? How do you think you look on the YouTubes?
Like I look.
No.
I don't think
I need
that
you to be more.
I don't think that there is
Expressive.
a softened. I don't think it's softened.
What are you watching the podcast on the YouTubes?
Usually. Oh,
Your
I
iPad
watch.
or on your phone?
I never watch on my phone. It's either my iPad or my computer.
Yeah, I don't know.
I rarely watch YouTube videos on my phone. I just rarely do that. Unless it's something that I want to see or listen to while I'm getting ready for work, then I don't play YouTube videos.
Yeah, I tend not to do the YouTube videos on my phone. But I'm also usually sitting at my computer, so I have no real reason to pick up my phone to watch a YouTube
The only
video.
time I ever go on YouTube on my phone is if I'm doing the dishes and I'm listening to something I've
Yeah.
already watched.
But you're not watching it.
Yeah,
I've seen it before.
I don't watch usually on the phone.
Interesting. A lot. I've been hearing filmmakers who are lamenting the fact.
When Spike said that, when Spike said he doesn't want people to watch, it like upsets him that people watch it on his movies on their phone. I thought, how often have I watched a movie on my phone?
But people do it so
And
often.
I haven't. I don't know that I've ever watched a movie, a full
haven't.
movie on my phone, ever.
I know I haven't.
Even with all the travel, the international travel, the countless hours in airports, and I've never done it.
On an
But-
iPad, sure.
Sure, an iPad, yes, but
Yeah.
On a
my
phone.
laptop, absolutely. But on my phone,
Nope.
One, I don't want to waste my battery life. Two, it's uncomfortable to have that tiny screen. I have horrible vision anyway, so I would have to have the screen.
That
pretty close.
I mean, that's how close
And
to
then-
every phone anyway.
Yeah, that is kind of where you put your phone.
I know.
Hey, I didn't change nothing.
But I also, like, there's no way to really prop it up, so you can't be hands-free. At this, at this range. So, I don't do it. But it struck me when Spike said that.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. The whole thing that started all this was Scorsese coming out and talking about this whole streaming deal and making films for a particular audience. Do you change how you make the films based on where people are going to watch it? And the old school directors now that are they're the old guard, I guess you could call them. They're essentially just making films the same way they always made films. All of their considerations are for the big screen.
Right.
And the younger ones are paying attention to making things for Instagram or a 1x1, and they're changing how they do what they're doing. The YouTubers, there are some people that are actively thinking about changing how they film things for the different types of medium that are out there. And I would say that I don't know if it's good or bad. I don't know if it advances storytelling in any significant way to change that. I know that going to a 1x1 for Instagram and it's IGTV, I know that that's going to change a lot about how people see things. Because I notice it just in the photos I do every week or every day. Those photos, they literally just don't fit.
Yeah.
I mean, when I go, sometimes a landscape shot can fit, but it's super small. But a portrait shot, basically just the top and the bottom of the screen are just cut off.
Right.
And so I reframe it for that 1x1 box. Could you imagine making a video that way? I mean, when you make your video and putting everything into that box and really thinking about that and how you tell the story with that, it changes. It changes how you think about just what is apparent to the person as they're watching it, and it's basically they're watching it on their phone.
Yeah.
And if they're not watching it on their phone, they're watching it on something that is essentially landscape, except for that new TV thing that can turn with your phone, but that it's basically giant blackness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially I think on the two sides, and then the top and the bottom, it would be cut off, or it would just fill top and the bottom, and then just be a square. So
yeah, Corridor did that because they did a Tom Cruise deepfake video, but they filmed it on a DSLR, and so you saw the seams and all the problems when they did their Keanu Reeves one. They filmed it on a phone, and they still did all the special effects and stuff.
I thought it was interesting that Spike was like, no, I'm not going to change how I make movies. And he said, then he's like very adamant, I'm not going to do it. And then he's like, not yet.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Because at some point, do you stick to your old ways or do you try something new?
Oh, I would say...
Spike is this try something new kind of guy.
I would say the old people that are set in their ways of how to make a film, they're gonna probably resist to the end. I mean, it's gonna basically be film, getting away from film all over again.
Yeah.
But keeping that in mind, Scorsese doesn't make The Irishman on film.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's potentially impossible. So, you know, eventually if people, I mean, could you imagine going to a theater that was 1x1?
No.
Could you imagine that's your screen? Oh, God.
No.
I mean, are we getting close to a form factor like this with IMAX? Where it's very tall. All you'd have to do is bring in the sides. It's not that far away. I mean, I don't know. It's only the storytellers and the people that want to use that are. I mean, what's his name? I can't think of his name. He made his whole channel. His whole idea was Jesse Driftwood. His whole thing is Instagram. He became famous because of Instagram, and because of he was taking his DSLR and flipping it sideways and filming everything that way.
Huh.
So then he was getting the framing that was necessary in order to make it a one. He could cut off wherever he needed to cut off, but it was only cutting top and bottom. He wasn't cutting off the sides. He didn't need to cut off the sides. So there is that. I don't know. All right, Aaron, give it to him.
Roll the intro.
You feel better now we waited even?
No, we did not wait. Don't even start
We
that.
haven't even waited yet.
Wait, see? That the thing is longer, which I think I need to remake. I think I need to remake our intro for
Please
2020.
take out some of those pictures I don't like.
Look. I make a thing.
You have
Nobody gives
thousands of pictures.
any feedback on the thing I do, and then when you see it a year later, because you don't watch our YouTube channel. A year later, you come back and you say, oh my God, why is that picture there? It's like, but it's been there the whole time.
But why would you choose a picture like that?
I just chose pictures.
But why that one?
If you probably, I don't know, maybe because it was in China or something. I don't know.
Which one?
I don't know. It's just one picture she doesn't like.
Well, they've already seen it, so it's not like we'd be spoiling anything.
I know. It's not a spoiler. It's one picture. I think it's more of a...
It's like I have
It's
no
like
makeup on. I'm
You're
like,
looking up.
disheveled.
You're kind of looking up. Like the camera's up there. And it's shooting you this way. I don't know why you don't like it. I don't...
Make the intro and pick all the photos.
Yeah, you can pick the photos, and I can put them in there.
I'd be happy to pick the photos.
I have no problem with that. I really don't. I mean, I'd rather someone else do that because it takes time to sit there and pick out all those
Well,
photos.
this week we were talking
Or
about
to change it or whatever.
the Children's Day gift for our students. And they had suggested a coloring book. And I said, okay, well, we could make our own coloring book. It's
Sure
not
could.
difficult.
Well,
It's not difficult.
it's not difficult.
So we could make our own coloring book.
And Photoshop is a little
And then
intensive.
we could just send it to the printer at the school and it'd virtually be free. Like, we wouldn't have to go to an outside company. And they're like, well, then you would have to do it because I can't do it. And I'm like, okay, it's not hard
No.
at all. And so they were like, okay, but we would have to have like an official bill. And I said, but why would we need a bill if we're doing it all in-house?
Who are you billing?
That's what I'm asking. Like,
The printer? That's in-house.
it's in-house.
Right.
It's the school's printer. And
I mean,
they couldn't.
that's just a machine. It doesn't care about bills.
And they couldn't. They were like, I don't know. And I said, and they said, well, do you want to do a coloring book or a T-shirt? And I said, why can't we do both if we're not spending extra money?
Well,
And
you're
they-
spending money on paper.
And they couldn't.
printing.
Like, they couldn't get their mind around it. So half of us wanted to do a T-shirt and half of us wanted to do a coloring book.
So I don't have to do the T-shirt.
And that's what I said. I said, why do we have to do the same? Because it all has to be the same. And I looked at him and I said, we are trying to teach our students to be free-thinking, problem-solving individuals. This drives me absolutely crazy that we all have to be the same, but we're promoting individualism. Are we really promoting it if we all have to be the same?
No.
And they all just kind of looked at me like, oh shit, I never thought of it like that before.
It's like democracy. In schools, democracy is taught and not practiced.
I was like, for goodness sakes.
Well, in Western schools anyway.
It drives me nuts.
Man, just do it quickly.
Come on.
Why did ducks have tail feathers? To cover their butt quack.
See? These are the second grade jokes that she loves. This is what second graders love to talk about stuff. Butt jokes always work. Look at her, she's gonna die. Look, oh God, she's totally done now.
Yeah.
All right, while she is over there trying to get herself back together, oh God, the woman is crying. If you want to find the Traveling Farrs, you can find us on the YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, iTunes, Spotify, and the Google Podcast at the Traveling Farrs. If you like the Instagram and the Twitters, Traveling Farrs. If you where my most awesome daily photo is going, email travelingfars@gmail.com and the blog space, thetravelingfars.blueberry.net. No E's in the Blueberry. Go to the Blueberry and listen if you want the audio only. If you want the video, then that means you gotta wait a little bit and it'll be on the YouTubes. Yes, uncut on the blog space.
Full uncut.
And on the iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts.
No. Well, that's if it goes to the blog space, it's going to all those podcasting places.
Yes.
Okay, that's the full show uncut.
The uncut audio.
No video though.
Yes.
If you want to see his holy shirt, well then you got to go to the YouTubes.
My failed Flash shirt. It was like I was trying to run away, but then I got shot many times.
So we're out of here. Say goodbye to the people.
Gone over.
Karen?
Ooh,
Karen, stop shopping. Say goodbye to the people.
bye people. Ooh, this is cool.